Hi guys, hope you're well. I'm knackered. It's amazing how tired you can get just by going through processing, just checking off orders. But yeah, it's, as you probably know, I turned on the taps about 12:30 today. If you didn't know, oh dear. Yeah, so I did some changes. Phil did some text for me to update the product pages, put the 2 or 3 little short videos, short for me, just to go through some bits and pieces. And then I made it live. So far it's about 180 people. Sorry, tell a lie. Just over 200 people have processed their orders, but there's a lot to go. This is not really about me talking today. This is Q&A. So this is really just in case people got questions they want answers to. And so I'm on here for a little while, and then I'll probably go down, sit down, watch a film, and just go through process some before I'm too tired, and then I'll go to bed, and then wake up in the morning and look at the list and go, oh my god. Right. So this is the funny thing. All I've done all afternoon is go, oh god, these things are another order, right? And in the back of my mind is being, you muppet, that's quite a lot of support. Anyway, so I'm going to ask questions. I did put something up there about Arcuda, try and clear the situation up, so hopefully that was clear. And we, as I said, Phil's gone through and written, modified my text to make it more English, more readable. So hopefully that's helped. And Astarius, you are the man. He's been on the Discord channel, set it all up, and he's been helping everyone. I try to jump in there every now and then and answer a couple of questions, but I'm kind of, I'm not going to say I'm floundering, but yeah, it's kind of busy. Also heard that the tooling's probably going to be done in a week's time, which is great news, which means I'll get the injection molded samples soon. We're also going to be getting the first samples of the new Slot Zero board from China, so that's good. They'll probably all come over at the same time, so a couple of weeks I should have both, so we can do some serious testing and so on. Yeah, it's going well. Yes, we're going to be late, but we're going to be late. That's all there is to it. But what you're getting, my God, is light years better than what we planned. And I thought originally it was a great product anyway. But I tell you what, it's getting even better. Now I am getting some. Obviously now I'm starting to get a lot of questions. I can't answer all of them, but if you put a question in here, I'm going to answer it. And you've got my attention literally for about 40 minutes, something like that. Right, let's go through. Someone asked me to explain what the API retro-scaler was. So, I've actually sent people to the Discord channel because it's in videos, it's documented. But it's probably, this is what I got Phil to. Phil's also doing he's doing a Word version of the video that explains how the website ordering goes, and that should be done in a couple of days. So if you One customer is struggling because he was deaf. But that's a really good reason to have a problem. He was struggling to you know what I'm like when I talk, as I'm doing now. Let's go through some questions now. I'm looking over here because, well, it's all over here. I assume you can all hear me because no one's complained. Will the pods be black for black monitor? Yes. So if you know my previous cases, if not, I do a black and a white, and all of the mount frames come in both colours. So if you order a white... Now, if it's clear which one you're using, so let me, word of advice, if you've ordered a black monitor and a white monitor and you've got like a Raspberry Pi to go in one and a Mister in the other, you better tell me which one you want to put in which, because I'll send the frame to match the colour in the notes. And just to make life so easy for me, save dozens of emails, all you have to do is type in the add note here and press the add note button. You'd be surprised how many people get caught out by that. They think hit return. No, that don't work. So yeah, just add a note and then I can go, because when I go for it, there's no point sending me an email. Don't send me an email. Might as well just throw it in the wind, because I don't have my email client with me when I'm assembling. So you need to put a note on the order. So when we print the order sheet out, it's at the bottom. We can read it, okay? Very important. One question here from Hugo Vegan. Are there options that are mutually exclusive? You need to flesh that out for me unless you've done that. Can I use HDMI out and GBS module OLED at the same time? No. Everyone seems to have got this wrong. But I take the blame, right? The HDMI slot is on the back of the monitor. The HDMI out is on the back of the monitor. Okay. The only reason it was in the front there was because I had a big hole in it and I wanted to put something in there, and it was better for the video because you could actually see it. Now, that doesn't mean you can't route it from the back and then come back in again and put it in the front. Yeah, fine. But that's really meant for things like if you're putting in a Mister, etc. Now, of course, if you've got a GBS, we're not calling it GBS now. It's Appy's Retro Scaler, or ARS for short. So that is using that'll be using the front, because there's an OLED display and there's a jog dial. So that whole front panel is being taken up with the scaler. So the HDMI out is at the back. Okay, so that's an important thing to understand that. Now, next question is, will S-Video take up a slot? At the moment, yes. Yes, you've seen the S-Video. It's a board that goes in, and it does take up a slot. And I'm hoping to make a frame with a slot so you can also put the RF modulator board into the same one and just use 2 HDMI inputs. So just, bear that in mind. Retro Dolphin, hello. Martin, question: which boards are needed for Amiga RGB support? Okay, so RGB, well, the Appy's Retro Scaler, that's it. I mean, it used to be called GBS Control. It's now called Appy's Retro. It says it there, Appy's Retro Scaler. We was agonising over the name, and then I can't. It was probably Appy to come up with the name, like a Appy's Retro Scaler. Because to be honest, this is totally Appy's. This is not like copying anything from other people, right? Seriously, right? Some of you are going to know about a GBS, right? This is Appy's GBS. It's his version. It's tiny. Got rid of all the fluff that you don't need. Now, we're putting it on a board, but this was the prototype, and it's got a GBS controller, and it works. And it's not. The only thing it's copying from the GBS 8200 is the chip and the RAM, which you need RAM anyway. It's the chip. That's it. So this is more. We should probably call this the TrueView scaler. But I think we both liked. I liked it, Appy's Retro Scaler, and to be honest, he's put so much work into it. Why not? But yeah, there you go. I need a drink. Yes, I know, no beer. Yeah, we've got to get some. So now having said that, the standard monitor comes with composite, which is very, very good. And if you plug an Amiga with a good composite signal, yeah, sometimes they're not particularly brilliant, especially the 600s. If you put a good composite signal into it, you can run it in high-res interlace, and it looks fantastic. I mean, I actually, when you compare it to RGB, you can tell the difference. But if you plugged it in and looked at it, you'd think that was great. In fact, you'd have been over the moon with that 30 years ago. I would have died for it. It's really good. But of course, you are better off with RGB. Hello, I'm here. A lot of questions already. Yeah, okay. All pods will be black. No, they won't. Oh, unless you mean the boards. Circuit boards will be black. HDMI scaler control pass. Hello, gang. Hello, Starius. Evening. Hello, I placed my order already. 17-inch black backplane, Appy's retro scaler, blah, blah. I'm interested in the Arcuda if it comes. So hopefully you'll watch the video about the Arcuda. I have suggested that everyone buys for two good reasons. One's finance, obviously. I have suggested everyone buys the standard monitor and it just upgrades later, because I think it's going to take them a bit longer. There's going to be problems with getting them, the panels, and it's quite a complex job. And then we may have to monitor, because we want them on our board to plug in the slots. So it's still a little bit up in the air. Not that it will happen. It's just, how long it'll take, how it's going to be set up, what it's going to be. So that's actually quite tricky. So I do recommend you just pay the $120, because if you're happy to spend $400 for it, then why not spend another $150 so you're up and running straight away? It just makes sense. So I have been banging on about that. Hello, Thomas. Hello, Darius. Hello. Oh, that's a hello. Matt Richenberg. Thanks for the communication. If I want to wait for the Arcuda, will it take advantage of the back plate slots like default monitor? Right, so this is the issue. We obviously, since we first started the project, I mean, when I first spoke to the Arcuda team, it was a controller connected by cables, and now it's become way more complex with the backplane, the slots. So it's a lot more involved, and it depends the route they take. Now, what we're hoping is there's an internal VGA connector so that we can make a piggyback board onto a slot. Now, I can't confirm none of this because I don't know yet. All I know is they're really keen to do this. I don't want to use the word excited, but they're very keen to do this. And they've been really positive. It's just that they've got a really tricky job. But the biggest problem they've got is logistically getting older panels. That's the biggest problem. Abraxas, yes, that's what I've been asking people. Buy the standard panel, right? You could probably sell it later. I mean, can you sell it later? Well, maybe. You can always do that later on, and at least when you get something you can use. That's the way I look at it. Right, Craig. I ran through the purchase process as a test. I think price live version. I presume my order is live. I don't have to go through it again. Can you confirm, please? I'm messaged on Kickstarter too. Craig, to be honest, during the stream I can't check. But yeah, I mean, all the backers, all the testers went through fine. Otherwise, I'd have contacted you. So it was all good. There's been no problems there. But send me an email and I'll double check it. Or you could just look on your order. It'll tell you. I know the Appy Retro Scale has a... oh God, it's done it again. Look. I hate when it does that. Has a motor display monochrome, but does that mean it can take MDA? Oh, good question, Appy. One for Appy. I don't know the answer to that. I'm guessing no, but because I think it's... I'm pretty sure it's no. But Appy, if you want to answer that one and just be non-committal. Mainly because we can talk about it afterwards. Oh, there goes the camera. We can talk about it afterwards. But I know we discussed it, but I can't remember what the answer was. But we need to do that offline probably. I'll say for now no, but I know what Appy's like. I think the problem is he hasn't got a computer with an MDA output. This has always been a problem to get this stuff going because we got the CJ and the EJ machines and so on, but that's the big problem we got. How to add the Appy board if I already paid my order? I think it was not possible to add it. Yes, it was always possible to add it. It was called GBS. At the time, it was called GBS Control. So, and it did say on the information that it's possibly going to be replaced with this other board. So it's exactly the same board. So if you've ordered what was called GBS Control, which was the old GBS, which was basically, if you ordered this one, right, you are going to get this one instead. Simple as. So don't worry about it. Unless you didn't order it, then we'll come back to missing bits later because Kevin Dietz. Oh, okay, so he's already answered it about the MDA. Yeah, I mean, I know we discussed it, but I think we do need to actually get something that outputs. But Appy's got a better memory than me, so sometimes we have discussion. I can forget. Any plans for Mini-Mig board with backplane connector? Yes. I've already mentioned this about 5 times, and it's on the kick. No, it's not on the Kickstarter. But yeah, I mean, Ranko, although I can't get hold of him at the moment, Ranko has said, because he already did the Mini ITX version to support the cases, and I did ask him to do that, and he did it. And, but he said he's going to do one, and we've sent him everything, so he's got everything he needs to support the slot. There is another project that's shown interest. I don't want to mention it here, but there's another project that's showing interest in doing one as well, which is great news. Maria, if you've got the latest one, Starius can probably drop the link on the chat. Pat Breen, is there still a thick bezel version that you're offering? Yes, go and have a look. It's there. Do you know what though? We had, when we was doing this originally on the original Kickstarter, it's like 20% for 17-inch. I thought, okay, fair enough. We made, we got the funds we needed to do it, and it's being done. And so far, of about 200 people, I think about 3 people have gone for 17-inch. I think they've changed their minds. Make sure you accept it directly from Kickstarter message. I'm guessing the retro scale CJ, EGA, MDA signals by 2 to 1 and then put no. What it does is it takes that signal and then it puts it it gets centered into the middle of an 800 by 600 display. Yeah. And it just drops it in the middle, and you can adjust it and scale it if you want to with the GBS Control software, but by default it kind of just drops it in the middle of an 800 600, so it's going to be a black all the way around it. Thank you. Oh, lots more coming in. The videos were helpful. Will they still be up after the monitors have been delivered for future reference? Yeah, I'm not going to take them down. Yeah, I tend to hide them there, and I'll probably open them all up. But I don't want I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm a bit nervous about creating too much hype now until we've at least shipped a few, and then I can ramp up the hype machine again. Right, Metal Face Mark, what inputs does it have as standard? Is it just composite HDMI without the addition of add-on boards? Yeah, okay, right. So there's 2 AV ports, which is 2 composites, and it's a very good composite. 2 HDMIs, although one will be internal, but then by having it internal, you can connect in a 5-way switcher. There's a standard VGA. Originally, admittedly, right at the beginning, when I first launched it, we had an interlace video component as well on the standard board. The problem is that chip that was supplying that went end of life, and the replacements didn't have it. So well, the good thing is though, they are actually better because you now get two HDMI ports, two USBs as well, funny enough. But the two composites also have independent audio, whereas they used to share before. So it's actually much better. And yes, I know you've got to buy the Appy's Retro Scaler to get all the extra functionality. That is very true. Or to get the component, you know. But the original one only had interlaces, so you couldn't play games on it. You couldn't do low resolution, non-interlace, that kind of thing. And it was very clear. But yeah, so you do need that board. Oh, hang on. Every time I move it up, it jumps about 6 pages. It's really annoying. Right, I think you said they had HDMI outputs before going through the IPS. No. Okay. No. All right. So let me explain how it works again. Right. The HDMI output circuitry interrupts the LVDS connector, so that it comes from the controller, goes to the LVDS connector, and that goes to the panel, and the HDMI out intercepts that cable. Okay, it's on the board obviously, but it intercepts that cable. So whatever's being displayed is now converted back into a 1280 by 1024 signal to go out. Okay, so whatever's on the panel. So if you're running a CGA screen, an EGA screen, you know, whatever you're putting on the screen is faithfully reproduced and sent to another monitor, streaming device, that kind of thing. You mentioned an RF modulator, but I don't think this can be ordered. No, it's no, not at the moment. The reason is, to be honest, it was getting so complex that I've kind of held off on that, and there's a couple of things I need to find out first. But I'll probably add it on a bit later on if people want to have it as an option. There is one. It's basic and it's just a little board that comes from, you know, Alibaba, AliExpress, little company. It's just it's a nice little thing. You just plug in RF, comes out HDMI, and goes in HDMI, and it works. And I've been using it with my Atari 2600, and it works great. You know, so but it was just there's too many. It's already complex enough on the ordering system, and people have said I don't know what to order. I didn't want to, you know, we can always get them later on and put them out there, but they are available. You can buy them. You could always, it might be we release well, you're going to be able to get the designs for the frame anyway, and you could 3D print your own and run a cable. That's all there is to it. You can get power from inside, and that's always to it. I'll check on my order suggested. Order confirmed. Thanks. Order confirmed. Can't wait. Does the HDMI out also function as an extra HDMI in for people that didn't? No. It's not an in. It's a definite out. Inputs on slot 0 board without Appy board. which input resolution is supported with Appy? Well, Appy's boards is basically all, you know, like your 720, 520, 644. It's those kind of. It actually drops nearly. Well, not always actually. Most of them would drop into an 800, 600 display. Some might drop into a 644/80. The monitor just goes, oh right, okay, and pings that up. But mostly it's dropping into an 800 by 600 and just squaring it up in the middle. Does the monitor come with the remote control as showed in some of your updates? It comes with this one with a logo. Originally it was going to come with this, but it was commented, it looks like it's come from AliExpress. Oh, okay, it did. So did this, but it's actually quite nice. It's been set up, but I quite like it. It's just feels nice in the hand and it works great. Can you give a quick explanation on this project? Will it be a universal monitor for Atari 800, 1040, C128? Okay, I can't really know, but so the standard monitor will do HDMI, normal proper VGA, and there's two composite, really good quality composite inputs, independent, two of them. It's also got USB, so you can play movies on it. The Appy's Retroscaler can take SCART RGB, and it will also take in the SCART composite and route it through AV. And it will do CGA, EGA, RGBI. So you was asking about the C128D. If you've got a Atari 800 like my one up there, it works great on composite. Just plug in composite. Actually, it does look really good. And so does the C128. They both look really good in it. So whether you need to go to the Super VHS, I always call it Super VHS. Whether you need to go to S-Video, but there is an S-Video option that you can order, and it drops in at the top. But yeah, that's so the C128D. You need Appy's board. It's got Brownfix in it. It's got mono. It's just got everything. It's just brilliant. But he's a massive C128 fan, so you can bet it's going to work well, can't you? How many internal HDMI inputs does the controller have? Oh, okay, so I need to know where I am. Sorry about that. So my connection went down for some. We're having a lot of problems with my connection here. So I don't know how much you've missed. Right, so I'm going to step back. Okay, I'm going to go back. I'm pretty sure. All right, let's go inputs on slot 0 without Appy board. Which let's just go back to this HDMI one. I've done the time. If there's any I've missed, I've already done DM's one about the Atari 800. So let's go to Mark. So how many internal HDMI inputs does the controller have? So it's got one internal, one external input. And the reason for that is you obviously want an internal input, and I think one external is enough. So if you don't buy the switcher, then you can plug, for example, a Pi or the Mister plug-in. You can use that, and that will use one HDMI, and you don't need the switcher. If you buy the switcher, then you've got five inputs, so you have 2 internal and 4 external. So that's whether you think you need it or not. Oh God, don't do this. Hang on. Oh, he's doing this jump in. Every time you move it up and it jumps a mile. God. Sorry about this. Oh, and RGB. Can I just use a space for the county in my address details? We don't have those and don't need them. Well, I would suggest you put NA or something like that. I'm not sure if it's mandatory, but if it is, just put NA or space. Is there a way to add notes on the order already placed? Yes, but people get confused with this. But just type a note in to the note box and press underneath. There's a button that says add note. Just do that. People get confused with that. Thanks for the video comment. How about touchscreen? No. Maybe one day. Will the switcher be available in the future? I couldn't afford it as well as Appy's. It's £19. It's not going to kill you. But yeah. Yes, the answer is yes. Just the board for me to install at a later date. Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. I thought the display was 1280 1024. Yes, but it switches. So it basically does 800 by 600 and scales it like all monitors do, even CRTs. Just scales it. Yeah. Will there be any cables provided in the package? Power cord. Right. Let me cover this because I know this is going to upset people. 2 things, no power cord. The reason for that is there's about 5 different types, and it's really complex for us to, because I've done this with the cases, and what a nightmare you end up putting the wrong ones in. And because we're pre-packing the power supply and the remote hidden away in the box, we can't put power leads in it. And the other thing is, because of the rules about batteries, there'll be no battery in this. You need to put a battery in. Okay, that's because the rules. I'll have to splatter all over it. Danger, Will Robinson. It's got a battery in it. So, there's no battery in here, but it's just 2 little cheap AAAs, I think now. But no external cables. You have to get your own. That's to do with space, you know. I ordered 2 monitors by accident. I only need one. Everything is paid for. Is there anything I can do? How could you order 2 by mistake? Email me. What I'll have to do is I'll have to cancel your order and reset it. All right, but it's a bit of a pain. But just email me and I'll see if I can do it before it comes out, because yeah, it's an absolute pain because we've invoiced you, and you know. Logo on a remote is nice touch. It. Thank you, DJ Moan and LGR must know about this, and hopefully they'll be talking about. Yeah, I mean, I've got. Well, in fact, I'm going to go outside of that community. I've got lots of plans for the videos for YouTubers. I'm just waiting until we've shipped, at least mostly shipped these. S video rear slot, yes. Did stream crash? Yes. I don't know what happened. I was just sitting there, I didn't realise it was dead. Same stream, yay. Oh dear, stream stopped. Gone. Oh, back. Here we go. Yeah, we're back. Did someone step on a cable? I don't know. I've got a dodgy internet connection. It's BT. Back. I'm here. Stream died, but back. You back. Things we are. There we are. Stream is back. Oh, there's a lot of people. The hamster stopped running on a wheel for a moment. Yeah, pretty much. You on HDMI inputs. I think I've covered that. You all jaggy now. Is 640? No, I'm not. I'm looking at this. It's high res. Yeah, we did. Oh God, it's done it again. Skipped. All right. Sorry, it's done that jump forward again. The hamster stopped running. Yeah, I done that one. I think it's Josh joined a minute or so ago, and not sure if it was mentioned, but wondering why you can't pay via PayPal, because PayPal sucks. Seriously, if you're running a business, right, especially a high value items, no chance. Because if you order by Visa and I go bust or anything happens, you can get your money back, right? Simple. But with PayPal, right, and I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you lot are going to do this, but there will be some. They'll order it, they get it, go, oh, it was not up to spec, it was trashed and la 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 la. They get their money back instantly. You no recourse, right? And they've got the goods, no chance. And also they tried to turn me over when I came to doing the Kickstarter. They wanted to, because I talked to them first, I'd heard a rumour that if all the money had gone to them, they'd have held on to it for probably a month or two. No chance. Wouldn't touch it with a barge pole. Is that clear enough? What's the audio in options for VGA? Is it just standard headphone jack to connect to the internet? Because I asked because my Mr. HDMI is broken, so I have to use VGA as output. Well, I would just go and get yourself another analog device and just run HDMI. But yeah, I mean, the problem with that is you're gonna have to run the cables outside and then come back in again, which will work. But we can't run them internal. Well, actually, that's not quite true, actually. Something I haven't shown yet. Still pain in the butt. These are little... they originally, Appy wanted those test devices. So it's basically a little skinny board with a slot and a BJ connector on it. And you can plug it in, and then it's just a card, and you can plug anything you like into that. But there's also the people who actually... incorporating the controller. I've actually done one of these with composite audio and all kinds of stuff on it. So the answer technically might be yes. The problem, well, there's no problem. It's just a case of running the cable. So theoretically, yes, you just need one of these. But they're not in the shop yet because That would be too confusing for people right now. Anyone else have streaming super low res now? No, it's fine. Looks good to me. Okay. No vidp. We put state in country. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, to reset entire browser. Wait, no power supplies. Wait, no power. No, yes, there is power supplies. Just no power cable. You have to supply your own kettle cable. Okay, it'll cost you about £3. But you need to buy it with your plug on the end of it. They are massive. And it's just that problem that we're pre-packing the power supply remote. It goes in a box and it goes into the phone, and then it's just all packaged up. Now, if we have to take it all apart just to put the correct cable in the right country, it's too complex. So I'm trying to make it so we can ship these as quick as possible. Since the payment is not refreshed in real time, my car was charged but no confirmation. Okay, yeah, so let's cover that, right, Igor? Yeah. So I'm having a bit more problems than normal. About 20% of orders. This is why I'm having to work on them. About 20% of orders are coming through, but they're not marking on my system as paid. So I think that's because a lot of orders going through. But you know, I'm sitting here going through them, apart from talking to you lot, which I can't because they're all flying in. And I'm going through and I check them because as soon as it comes, I get an email from the Barclay Card Services, tells me who's paid, how much, and was it successful. And then I can check, because I normally get an email at the same time, and if there's no email, I can tell it's not updated, and then I go in and update it manually. So the answer is, if you've literally just placed that order, it's probably sitting in the queue to be checked. I did mention this in the video, so you know. We don't see just street postcode and cities in Ohio. Oh, Paul. That is def going into slot 2. Yeah, 1 or 2. Will you be sending RMC the final version for review? Possibly. Well, not straight away, but I'll definitely go visit and show him. I probably won't send him one. Not so much send him one because it wasn't his thing, and it's pointless giving it. If it's like totally not your thing, then why would I give it to you to review it and tell people it's not really your thing? But I'll take it along, and if he wants one, you know, because he's been such a great supporter for my projects. If he does want one, then by all means he can have one. But I think he might like it a bit more now. Now it's evolved into what it has, and you know, but. Anyone who's seen it loves it, especially the display. You know. What kind of power cable? 2-prong, 3-prong? Yeah, exactly. The power supply works in 110 and 230. You know, 120, 240. It's just the cables. It's just the power lead. Okay, to the wall. That's what you're gonna need. Oh God, stop jumping. God blimey, I'm really falling behind on these. Does VGA input support PAL like 6C1940? C1940. I don't remember that monitor to be honest, but it doesn't support 15 kilohertz. If that's the question you're asking, it's a VGA signal, 31 kilohertz. Yeah, that's the standard on the main. That's why you need to order this, because it gives you the 15 kilohertz. Okay, unless you want to use composite, which looks great. Everything has been. Oh, thanks. Someone's been nice about it. Thanks for all the effort on this, Steve. Super pumped about all of Appy's improvements along the way too. Yeah, absolutely. So am I. I'm not sure my last question came through. Well, you're probably better off repeating it then, Mark. It would be interesting to get an overview about which rear slot is taken by which module. Well, no. Slot 0 goes in the bottom. Do what you like with the rest. 2 slots, put what you like. Flop them around, whatever you want. Doesn't matter. I'm looking forward to making my own video on the monitor. This is the most expensive single purchase I've ever done. Well, okay. Yeah, I know it's not cheap. I realise that. But I've got people ordering 4, 5, 6. Everything paid for and done. I just hope you ship it before I move in December. Okay, so okay, I'm not going to comment on the shipping time because I'm at the moment. I don't know. Christ, I'm hoping to ship before the end of the year. That's the plan. I can't see any reason why we wouldn't. Because the tooling, as I said, the tooling will be finished next week. So it's after that. Once I've checked it, the chassis is ready to go production. But of course, we've got Appy's boards. The first one, the slot zero's done. The back plane's been made samples, so we're going to get them samples to double check. I think there's going to be a few little tweaks, but that won't take long. But then, of course, we've actually got to get this board to them to make this board. So it shouldn't take long, but it's I've even got the power supply people. Couldn't you place that order yet? So but I don't want to quote a time. What I will do is say when it's on the boat, it'll be 6 weeks. Also, thanks to Darius, who's been helping. God, yeah, as I said before, he's been an absolute legend. Is there a headphone jack? Yes, I think so. Appy. Yes, yes, yes. I know there's an internal one that you can run to the front. I'm not 100% sure we've got it on the back. Appy can answer that. Oh God, that figures. Look. Which options are needed to cover all? Oh, come on. Well, okay, so you need the monitor. You need the Appy's retro scaler. And you need obviously then an S video, and you need the RF module. Do you want me to go on? Did the Discord invite work for anyone? Came through as expired for me. Yeah, just ask Starys to send you it. I've been sending everyone the new link. I mean, to be honest, the old link was only up there 10 minutes, and we'd swapped it, well, maybe half hour, and we swapped it for a new one. So obviously people haven't gone back and had a look at it. Probably quite a lot of people happy. Hello, a bit late. I was out. Okay, yeah, hello. It says invalid. Yes, go and get the new link. Darius, can you put the link in the chat, please? I can't stop looking at you. While Simple I would totally love that VGA when it ends up in the shop. Is the Mr. Kit support the only digital version? No. You can put a full stack in there. How long can I wait before ordering? Oh, that's a good question. How long can I wait before ordering? Is there a deadline? Need a few more days? No. If you look, there's no deadline, right? No deadline. If it gets on the boat and you haven't ordered it, or if it lands here and you haven't ordered it, you haven't paid your balance, it just means you're at the back of the queue. That's all it is. It just means you're right at the back of the queue and you'll be, one of the last to get it. Nothing more. I had people with the cases, and I'd actually, well, there was about 3. One came back a year after I'd shipped them all. Yeah, okay, your order's paid the balance, paid it, I shipped it. It doesn't expire. It's not like one of those, those Christmas voucher rubbish. Buy a voucher for your family and it expires in 6 months. What, money dies? Rant over. That wasn't a dig at the price. I just never bought a car or house. Yeah, no, look, just pay it when you can. Don't worry about it. Have you seen the Okuda run it? No, because it doesn't, at the moment, it doesn't exist. It's still, they've had a couple of boards. They've made a couple of boards and hang on. Don't worry, I haven't gone anywhere. They've made a couple of boards. It's a logistics thing, remember? So the board, they've got 2 other boards already. So if you want to see a review, go and look at, is it Retro RGB? He's done a review on it and you can see one of their other versions and he gives a very good review on it. I didn't have the courage to order the Okuda upgrade now. Well, it's not. You're not ordering an upgrade. You can't. No one orders the upgrade from me. All you order is the chassis, and then the upgrade pops into it. You obviously haven't read it. If I upgrade to Articulate, will I have the bits needed to use normal? Yes, if you buy a full pack, you'll... To be honest, you got to see the panel, see it in use, and see what you think. I ain't been good enough for most people. For a custom design board and case, same price, I think it's very fair price. Just wanted to say thanks for your... Yeah, okay, that's nice. Right, okay, so now it's getting on. And so is the list. Any more questions? Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at this lot. There's about 60 in. Any more questions? Because I'm going to call it... Oh, just... Okay. I'm going to call it a day otherwise. So I'm going to give you a minute to see if there's any more questions. And then... can we see the 19 and 17 next to each other? Was going to get a 19 in... Hang on, I can do that for you. There you go, 17 and 19. But just look on the pictures. There's pictures on the site. They're all there. Right, and the present. Jeez. What's your favourite part of the project? Is that a question for me? My favourite part of the project. Well, it's good fun working with Appy. More sunshine blowing. Yeah, that's quite good fun. I mean, look, I like designing things, and I like making something that no one else has done. That's always quite good fun. Working with me, Appy, yeah. I'm sure he's going to say something totally different now. Oh, I can't work with that bloke. Look at this, look. How cool is that? I've got to keep that. As a working little board. It's brilliant. Right. Okay, I'm going to call it a day. And I'm going to go. So, thanks very much. I'll probably do another... Because while people are paying, I'll do another update on next Monday. Yeah, okay, yeah, don't worry. Send it to me. Well, ideally, I'll see if I can figure out what that one is. As I said, it is a pain. If I can stop it before it comes out, because otherwise we have to pay it back in again, and then you're paying it in. It's just a pain in the butt. So hopefully you did send that email, because I don't know what your name is, which doesn't help. Let me see. Oh God, no. Check my away list. Audit requirements. Oh, you better get over, because I'd rather do it tonight, because it's such a pain in the backside having to refund it. Yeah, it is a pain. Don't even know what your name is. I can't even see it. Anyway, enough of that. Right. I mean, if the email comes, I'll sort it out. I'll do it. It's not a problem, but it is. I can't believe you didn't know you'd ordered two. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I've got lots to do. I will speak to you soon. So I'm gonna go now. Where's that bloody? Yeah, tell me about it. I'm going to get help, though, to be fair, because there's no way I can do it on my own. But look, I'm going to go now. So thanks for joining in. I'm looking for the button. I'll speak to you soon. And I've got to get back to all these emails coming in with orders. All right, thanks a lot. See ya. Bye.